Gary, this is Matt, Transmission Man. We've got your transmission tore down on the bench. This is the entirety of the transmission in all the parts. We've got severe overheating of the transmission. Right here, this is called the center shaft, and it's connected to the overdrive planet right here, which is normally spins inside this coast drum. This got so hot in here that the overdrive planetary, and there's metal everywhere here from this bearing, from the heat that distorted this center shaft, and this planetary and the sun gear and the ring gear are all frozen together onto this coast drum. So, which is where the sun gear for the planetary is. So it's going to need all these pieces: the overdrive planet, the drum, and the ring gear, as well as there's other damage right here. The third clutches, they're so chewed up, and the teeth are so chewed up. They came out of this drum that this forward drum over here, this teeth are chewed up. This goes inside this drum, inside these clutches, and that's what damaged the forward drum here. Over here, I've got two of the washers that completely melted inside. One of them goes between the race on this direct drum. The other one goes on the front of the center support, which goes on the other side of the drum. Then we've got a plastic sprag housing that's melted, and also overdrive piston that's gotten too hot. The rest of the clutches are burned. The steel plates are fried. They're just like when your brakes overheat. And the solenoid got so hot, the solenoid body, that the plastic right here going through the housing is loose, and the connection is bad. There's metal everywhere. Lots of metal in this transmission. This valve body is going to need an update kit to deal with the metal and all the distortion, and a new pressure regulator valve. And that's about it on the transmission, except for the torque converter having gotten so hot that it'll also need to be replaced. Now I'll tell you about the hot flush. This is our hot flush machine connected to your truck right now. The truck is being flushed out with the hot flush machine. What we're flushing out is the transmission cooler lines. As you can see, we're up to 166 degrees. These lines are connected to the transmission cooler lines of your truck, and they're flushing hot transmission fluid through the lines. There's the pressure gauge showing the back pressure. Again, there's the temperature. Right now it's at 164, and the flow meter on the side is showing right now 1 gallon per minute. We need to get that up to 2 gallons per minute to make sure that it's clean enough to cool the transmission. If there's any further issues with it, we'll talk to you about a cooler. But that hot flush is pumping hot fluid, and every 3 seconds we're getting a reverse pulse of air to add turbulence to clean out the transmission cooler up in front of the radiator, inside the radiator, that cools the transmission fluid. And right there, that's the hot flush.